Radio, shout it.
What's happening? Of course, you know it's your boy B-High Radio, shout in, stepping in the building. I got my Florida fam in this thing, blood raw. What's good with it, my dog?
What's happening, homie?
Man, feeling good, feeling great.
Really?
Now, what you don't know, Raw, I was in this motherfucker marinating with Thomas to that intro.
For sure.
My God. Raw, come on, man. Come on. You got in that thing and snapped. Okay, talk to me about this new H.U.S.H. project and then just coming off the porch with that intro like that.
Okay. Well, the H.U.S.H. project, of course, H.U.S.H. is the acronym, meaning hustle until something happens. You know what I'm saying?
That's cold.
Yeah, and that's basically where I've been at for the past 5 years, you know what I'm saying, trying to figure it out. You know what I'm saying? I kind of was like ready to walk away from the music, but you know, the DMs, man, just kept filling up with different stories of grown men and women, and you know what I'm saying, and telling me, you know, how my music inspired them and got them through certain things, and you know what I'm saying, that kind of like made me like, come on, man, stop playing with yourself.
What was it that made you want to walk away from the game though, Raw?
Well, a few different things, you know what I'm saying. One of the main things was my kids.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? I just enjoyed the space of being home, out the loop, no stress, taking them to school, picking them up, helping them with homework. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And the love.
Yeah.
You know, because I grew up, man, my mama died, my grandma died, you know what I'm saying? And I just always craved the family-oriented feeling.
Exactly. I tell folks that all the time, man. When you come up in those kinds of situations, you kind of find yourself overcompensating for your next generation because you want to be there for them even more than folks was there for you. Exactly. And then you wind up missing out on a lot of stuff because you're so busy trying to be there for everybody every 5 minutes.
Yeah.
My question to you though, Raw, I saw in your interview with Real Life, man, where you say your mama OD'd and she passed.
Yeah.
How did that impact you as a young man trying to navigate things though?
It impacted me, man, on a whole nother level because I was a mama's boy.
My God.
You know what I'm saying? To be honest, bro, I was the only boy in my family till I was in my 20s.
What?
You know what I'm saying? So my aunties, everybody, they spoiled me. Like,
you were the one?
Yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and keep in mind, my mom was in prison 2 times before she died. So I was only 10 years old when she died. So, you know what I'm saying? She really wasn't in my life no whole amount of years. Yeah. But when she was in my life, she took me everywhere. I don't care if she was in the streets or wherever, she took me.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And you know, I just that's all I know of her is having me there. You know what I'm saying? I never forget. She died on Halloween night. You know what I'm saying? She asked me, "Can she go out?"
What?
You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, "Yeah, it's cool, ma." You know what I'm saying? And it was a Sunday. You know what I'm saying? So the very next day, man, we woke up. You know what I'm saying? You know, found out that my mom passed. You know, and kids they know more than you think they know.
Exactly.
So we heard the talking in the house of everything that was going on, but we still was sent to school.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, your mama died, but y'all still going to school.
My God.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know, a lot of things I deal with because that's what I'm used to.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So now, when it came to the music, at what point did you realize that you had the gift of gab in this thing, Rob?
Right. I had called a trafficking charge. You know what I'm saying? And I was saying to myself, like, man, I got to find something else to do. You know, in the beginning, it was a cover up. You know what I'm saying? I can't lie. You know, I just bought everything I needed to buy, started going to the studio. I was buying beats but I was going to do it right, though.
That's right.
I was buying beats from Lil Jon, verses for Pastor Troy. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, all the right things. Like, you feel me? And the more and more that I started recording, and I let my partners in my music, they be like, boy, you got something. You know what I'm saying? But for me, it became therapy. Yeah. And I fell in love with it because I was able to release everything that was inside of me.
Exactly.
That I hold in because I hold everything in.
What was it like and what was the reception to those first projects when you started dropping them, man? Because, I mean, you were bossing up, getting busy and putting your music out. How did your folks receive you at first?
Man, they loved it, bro, because, you know, me coming from a small city, Panama City, Florida. Right. You know what I'm saying? I've always been, like, pretty much popular from sports to the streets. You know what I'm saying? And at that time, I was transitioning from the streets to the music. So I already had my whole city, like, you know what I'm saying? They just know me, you know?
Exactly.
And I always been good at marketing, so I made this one particular song called Represent. It was a real big hit in the South from Florida, Alabama, and some of Georgia. You know what I'm saying? And that's pretty much how Jeezy discovered me or seen me. They had a show in Dothan, Alabama. I had a show in Dothan, Alabama. he had Streets Is Watching. I only had 2 songs. I had Represent and I had a song with Pastor Troy called My Block Burn.
Ooh.
You know what I'm saying? And nobody was at his show because he was just really coming out. But keep in mind, Dothan, Alabama and Panama City is only an hour apart.
Okay.
So that's kind of like the crib too.
Exactly.
But they knew my music, you know what I'm saying? And they came to our show, him, King, all of them, Carbon, all of them came to my show. And they seen, when they came and they seen how the crowd reacted, singing word for word, you don't live where I live, you don't stay where I stay, you don't pay my bills, you know what I'm saying? Man, they couldn't believe it. King pulled me to the side like, boy, what you want to do?
My God.
You know
Come
what I'm saying?
on now.
So to be honest, I only really was like rapping for real for like 10 months till I got my deal. You know what I'm saying? Like serious, on a serious note, for like 10 months. And they had heard about me also through Justice League and Justice League manager Chuck.
Yeah.
Them was my guys. We worked together in Tallahassee. Like I recorded Maybach music for Ross. That was my sound. That's always been my sound. You know what I'm saying? And if you could even go back, I got a record with T-Pain called My Way.
Yeah.
With him before Auto-Tune.
Ooh.
It's one of the biggest records in Florida to this day.
What was it like working with T-Pain before Auto-Tune?
Well, that was my bro, like, you know what I'm saying, when he was rapping.
Yeah.
That was my bro, like, you know, Panama City, Tallahassee is right there. So we come to the club in Tallahassee. We always, and TJ DJs is our middleman of knowing each other. You know what I'm saying? And it's 3 people that he'll tell anybody that he always wanted to see make it big was me, T-Pain, and B.O.B. You feel me? So, yeah.
I Run Florida, though.
Oh, yeah.
Another bop. Break that banger down to me, man, and just getting that funk off your chest on that track.
I mean, at that time, you know what I'm saying, I kind of was, like, frustrated with how people, you know, be with the fake love. You know what I'm saying? And this particular guy, you know, he was one of those guys that in the beginning, you know what I'm saying, he was saluting me and, you know what I'm saying, and, you know, trying to collab and everything. You feel me? Like, and then, you know, come to find out it wasn't what it was behind my back.
My God.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, you know, I just went in the studio and did the record. Like, it wasn't really, like, nothing that I, you know what I'm saying, kept on pursuing of trying to, you know what I'm saying, make something. I just went in the studio and did it because I know the truth is the truth. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it is.
Now, with that being said, I mean, were you and Plies ever able to settle y'all differences?
No, we haven't talked. We haven't spoke. You know what I'm saying?
My God.
And it's crazy. Like we ain't even been in the same vicinity, to be honest.
Yeah.
I can't recall.
See that. So now you find yourself in the A with CTE.
Right.
Talk about that transition coming from Florida to the A-Town and getting down with one of the hottest labels and movements at the time.
Right.
What was that like for you?
Man, it was big.
Talk to me.
It was big for my city. It was big for my state. You know what I'm saying? And the thing about it is that people don't really realize the effect or the impact that we had on the world. You know what I'm saying? Just as, you know, representing people who are like us.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? People who don't have a voice of coming from the streets and never getting a chance to say that. Now, those guys are the real ones that represent us.
Yeah.
Versus somebody who y'all trying to push on us. You know what I'm saying? It was big, man. And me coming off of, you know, my legal cases and all of that, like, I'm like to myself, like, boy, you really doing this? Like, you really come from Panama City, Florida. You feel me? Like, I don't know no NFL player, no NBA player, no baseball player from my city, bro. Like, I'm the first big something from my city. Crazy. Hands down. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it meant something sentimental to my city and me as well as myself.
You and Jeezy getting together on that Louis.
Right.
That's another one of those classic bangers right there, man. I mean, what was it like when y'all recorded and created that song? And then talk to me about that pressure.
Right.
When that thing dropped.
Right. Recording, man, we always had a fun time in the studio. Yeah. Always, man. We didn't never overthink nothing. You know what I'm saying? We came from partying back to the studio. Yeah. To the studio, back partying. So everything was fun. You know what I'm saying? We did the record. We had some girls in the studio to even do the voice of San Louis. You know what I'm saying? It was nothing scripted. We just did it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And that actually was one of the last records that I was recording for my album. And he was like, he just basically told me like, bro, like, you got a complete album. Like you have a real album, like nothing just hooks and beats or nothing. Like you have substance.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He said, I think that we need to give the people something, you know what I'm saying, that they could play in the club and have fun with.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Something that you comfortable with and something that you do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's just how we came up with it. You feel me?
My God, now Indictment Papers with my dog DJ Drama.
Yeah,
I mean, I was just talking with my boy Rashad about that, and that is another classic
for sure.
project right there, man. So I mean, what was it like linking up with Drama,
right,
and then putting that funk together right there?
Man, it was raw. You know what I'm saying? I had just got out of beat my federal case. You know what I'm saying? And I had so much on my mind, like. But to be honest, the song, not the tape, but the song Indictment Papers, I recorded it in Tallahassee like 3 weeks before I got picked up.
What?
It was word on the street, you know what I'm saying? And that was one of the reasons that I signed with CTE first, because I also had T.I. wanted me, Jazzy Faye wanted me, Universal wanted me, and Atlantic. All these people wanted me, like, in these facts, you feel me? But CTE was the people that I felt like would understand me.
Yeah.
And my music. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, like I said, I recorded Indictment Papers 3 weeks prior because we thought that the feds was finna pick me up. That was word on the street. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you know, I was just trying to do something fast. You know what I'm saying? Like it really wasn't about no money or nothing like that. Like I just wanted to show that I was doing something legit for real.
Facts.
Instead of saying that, oh, I'm rapping.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, it did help my situation.
So now when we talking about Indictment Papers and then you talking about the feds on your back.
Yeah.
What was that like maneuvering, knowing that the feds was coming for you, man?
I mean, it was pressure, bro. It was pressure. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie. It was pressure, but at the end of the day, I just feel like, you know, God was gonna always guide me to where I needed to be.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know how much you know, but you know, I can say this, that I'm one of the first people to openly speak on God in the rap game, like consistently, not just one time here, one time there, but you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because that's the only person that I've ever had. You know, I've always felt alone in this world. My mama died or my grandma died. Like, you know what I'm saying? So that's the person that I talk to every day, like countless of times, and he's never let me down. So I've always trusted him and know that, you know, my heart is bigger than what the people think, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And that I have a bigger purpose. So I didn't never, ever feel like the feds was going to, you know what I'm saying, or I was going to get sentenced to a life sentence or none of that. No matter how crazy it may sound, but yeah.
I mean, so how did you keep that positivity going through your mind at that time, man? Because, I mean, faith, you know, they got that 99% conviction rate around there, raw. Okay, so it's like if they pick you up, you're going in.
Yeah. I mean, but you know, to be honest, bro, most of that conviction rate come from either you making a plea agreement or somebody telling. It's very few people go to trial. And that's because they mentally got that same conception of saying, we can't play with them. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, that was just one of those things, man. Like I say, you know, I have to give the glory to God, like in all credit. You know what I'm saying? Even though my lawyer was a great lawyer, and what he presented to the case is that we're not denying that we don't know these guys. And that's what most people do, man. I don't know them dudes.
Yeah.
I ain't never messed with, you know what I'm saying? But these guys were like my brothers.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? One of the guys was like a father figure to me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Two of my cousins got on the stand. So I could not deny my affiliation of me not knowing them, but whatever they had going on, they ain't had nothing to do with. And you only understand because the government promised you something. You are going to get your time cut if you say that Blood Raw had something to do with what y'all got going on.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? And that's just basically what it was. You feel me? Like, it wasn't, you know, we even had one guy say, you know, I just want to tell the truth. Like, the truth was, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And my lawyer said it's like, made the jury understand who promised you something. Did somebody promise you something?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And by the grace of God, it was the judge first time. It was his first case, first federal case.
Yeah.
It was the prosecutor first federal case.
Ooh.
So you gotta know, like, this ain't just no, you know what I'm saying? This ain't random, bro. This is set up spiritually, you feel me?
Exactly.
And that's just like no other way to put it.
So now you get back down with the music after beating that case, man. What is the movement like? We talking about USDA. We talking about CTE,
right.
Slick Puller, Uday. What up, though?
For sure.
What was it like when y'all boys were getting together and cooking up? Because one of my favorite jams that y'all had together was that White Girl.
Okay.
Drummer Boy on the track.
Yeah.
I love that one right there, man.
Drum.
So, I mean, what was that like with y'all boys working together?
It was good, bro. Like I said, we did the USDA album in 30 days.
Ooh.
Actually, I was on the road doing shows with my Indictment paper CD, right? So I was on the road, you know what I'm saying? I'm getting like 7,500 to 10,000 a show.
Yeah.
So Jeezy called me. He like, bro, listen, I know you getting money, you feel me? But I need you to come in and finish this album, bro. We gonna get some real money.
Ooh.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right, cool. I tell my manager, like, we gotta stop shows. I gotta come to Atlanta and record. Bro, we took it literally 30 days. You know what I'm saying? And every night we partied. Came to the studio, party. Sometimes I go to Dirty South. Sometimes he go to the studio that was on 10th Street, Hot Beats.
Okay,
you know what I'm
I remember
saying?
Hot Beats, yeah.
So we be separated sometime and then we'll come together. You know what I'm saying? And we just put it together, you know what I'm saying? 2 or 3 of the records was my personal records, which is The Ride Tonight, What It Is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, you know, it was a group thing, it was a collective effort. You know what I'm saying? These were my brothers, so we want the best of everything.
Exactly.
We finished the album, you know what I'm saying? We put White Girl out. We had the whole big controversy on them thinking, you know what I'm saying, we pimping or something, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, we're not talking about Christina Aguilera for real. Like,
yeah, exactly.
I never forget Jay-Z called Jeezy, he put us on conference. Like, what are y'all doing, man?
What?
Like, what are y'all doing? You know what I'm saying?
What did Jeezy say when Jay-Z had to call him?
He couldn't say nothing. He couldn't say, like, you know what I'm saying? This is who we are.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We ain't talking about no people. You know what I'm saying?
But then what was that like, though, having Jeezy having your back in that situation, too? Because at the end of the day, he could be like, I don't know what the hell these niggas down here doing.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
It felt good. It felt good. You know what I'm saying? It
Yeah.
felt good. You know, and the thing about it is that, you know what I'm saying, I feel like even with him, that was some of his best moments of just being who he is and not having to put on for nobody. Or he could talk about what he wanted to talk about, and you know what I'm saying? It was just a good feeling, bro.
Talk to me about that atmosphere, though, man, that CTE atmosphere, because at that time, I mean, the motion was there. I mean, what was it like moving with one of the hottest teams in the game at that time? Right.
Like I say, man, we pretty much changed the world, bro. Like, from city to city, man, you got girls with tattoos, you got girls crying, you got grown men, you know what I'm saying, doing certain things like saluting us and telling us different, you know, everybody individually had their fans of what they believed in us as artists, like, you know what I'm saying, and the things that we, you know, we made a difference for or about, you know what I'm saying. It was just a feeling, bro. I never felt that feeling in my life.
What was your favorite part during that time? And then also during your career, what was that tipping point for you when you said, hey, man, I'm up through here?
Yeah. When we performed for two times.
Talk to me.
The first time is when we did the Jay-Z tour.
Ooh.
We performed on stage with H.U.S.H. You know what I'm saying? Like, you never seen that many people in your life. You feel me?
Yeah.
And the second time was performing in Times Square for the New Year balls drop.
My God.
I don't know how many million people watching on TV, but that's how many people we performed in front of. You know what I'm saying? I know it's 60, 80 million people or something like that, but that right there was like, yeah.
My God.
It's him right here.
Exactly. Another banger though, man, that gangster shit.
Yeah, for sure.
Talk to me about that joint right there.
I was actually in Tallahassee recording, and they sent me the record.
Yeah.
He was like, bro, I'm here with Khaled, man. I need a verse. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, shoot, cool, send it to me. You know what I'm saying? And I never forget, you know what I'm saying? When I made the statement about, you know what I'm saying, the dude in Baltimore. Nicky Barnes snitch. Larry, what his name? I forgot, but anyway, me and Jeezy talking, he like, bro, I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, I'm telling the truth.
Yeah.
And then he like, yeah, you telling the truth now.
But it
he like, fuck it, let's do it. You know what I'm saying? And man, I heard the song come out. It was big.
When you think about, you know, music, where do you derive your inspiration from? And then also, man, being able to do it on that level. When you first say, okay, man, I'm just trying to clean this money, and then it turns into, hey, but I got a whole career out in this thing. I'm getting 75 a show.
Right.
What was that like, making that transition from trapping to rapping?
Right. Like I said, I fell in love with the music. You know what I'm saying? It started beginning to be therapy for me. You know what I'm saying? And the more that I put music out, the more that I seen the effect that it had on people.
Mm-hmm.
You know, not just on no local stuff. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
But people from Chicago and Detroit and Cali, like, saying, like, boy, listen, boy, that touched me, man. You know what I'm saying? You don't get grown men confessing their feelings to being like that. You know what I'm saying? So those things that made me want to go harder. You know what I'm saying? And for myself, even just doing that type of music, it made me feel so much better.
When you talk about making music that touches the hearts of man, I mean, you think about It Feels Good.
Yeah.
Drummer Boy on the track once again.
Yeah.
Break that banger down to me.
It Feels Good, man, just pretty much telling about how I grew up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And everybody got a candy lady. Everybody got a fruit stand. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got the tracks in their city. So I talk about things that the world can relate to.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I know that, I'm not the only person who's going through whatever I went through.
Mm-hmm.
It's people all across the world who going through it. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And I get my inspiration pretty much from the beats. So whenever I hear them beats, bro, that's why a lot of people gonna say, but Raw picked the rawest tracks. Because I'm not just the type of artist who rap on anything. I have to feel it.
Exactly.
It has to talk to me, like, you know what I'm saying? And that's just what it is.
Speaking of them beats, though, Manny Fresh.
Oh, yeah.
Almost There.
Yeah.
I mean, when you heard that track, what went through your mind right there, Raw?
Manny made it in the studio. We was together at Dirty South.
What?
Not Dirty South, but Patchwork.
Are you serious?
Yeah, we was at Patchwork, man. You know what I'm saying?
Break down that whole experience of getting in there with that boy Manny Fresh and jamming, though.
Yeah. It was crazy because he was making the beat. And I was kind of like, I wasn't nervous, but just being around Manny Fresh, knowing the stuff that he done, you know what I'm saying? Me saying to myself, well, you got to come with it now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I know that Manny Fresh track is gonna be, a radio track. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know that. So I'm thinking in my mind the whole time, like, I gotta find something that's catchy. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And then, I could take it from there.
Exactly.
And then he just, started doing that little sound, the table sound, the same thing on, and then what? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Doom, doom, clap, doom, doom. And I, you know what I'm saying? And I just pretty much, came up with the little slogan, you know what I'm saying? And then, he kind of like, you on to something.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then I just went from there.
When you think about them recording sessions, which one was the one that you felt you got your shit off in?
Quickie. Throw This Money. You know what I'm saying? I mean, really though, to be honest, bro, the whole album, like, for real. You know what I'm saying? And what's crazy is this, like, I recorded with a whole nother engineer. So my vocals are hard to mix.
Yeah.
Because I have a real distinctive voice, you know what I'm saying? And the way that I do my ad-libs is not regular ad-libs where they tuck. My ad-libs is like, you know what I'm saying, a cosign of whatever I'm saying. Oh, man. You feel me? Like, so you have to be careful how you do that. And Tony Ray, I got to say, he did a good job.
Yeah.
But my engineer would have did a hell of a job because he know me.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So I said that to say this, like, that's why I feel like I really did a good job, you know what I'm saying, on the whole album, because I was out of my element for the most part. You know what I'm saying? And we still made it work.
Exactly. So now you over here making music and moving around and you facing indictments and stuff like that. How does that impact your career when you trying to go to the top and you in the middle of a real deal situation now?
Right.
But then you got another real deal situation on the other side of the street.
It was crazy because I know that them as being a label, you know what I'm saying, who's has invested some money in an artist, you feel me?
Yeah.
And this situation come up. You know what I'm saying? But the thing about it is the way that our situation was structured is totally different. Like, we was really family. You know what I'm saying? We all lived together, like, in one mansion, like, you know what I'm saying, for a while.
Yeah.
And we was together every day. So it was very few times that it was strictly about business. You know what I'm saying? So we could talk to each other about anything. You know what I'm saying? And you know, I never forget when I went to trial. You know what I'm saying? After I won, you know, Jeezy called me like pretty much, you know, you want to come to Vegas? Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, nah, bro, I ain't gonna lie to you. Because to be honest, bro, I felt a certain type of way. I didn't really have no representation there for my whole duration of my trial. You know what I'm saying? Which I thought that I should have. Yeah. You know, somebody to say that he was signed for real. You know what I'm saying? He had, you know, this going on or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, I was past it for the most part. You know what I'm saying? I got out. We started back working or whatever. And what's crazy is 10 months later, I haven't spoken about this a whole lot because people only look at the conspiracy case. But they was mad. I had a firearm in the vehicle that was supposed to be charged the same time that I got picked up. But they never mentioned the firearm. So Florida was mad when I won the conspiracy case and made Georgia indict me 10 months later on a possession of a firearm by a convicted felon. Ooh. So they wanted 15 years no matter what, no ifs, ands, buts. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So that's only 10 months later. I'm fresh into getting ready to do my album. You know what I'm saying? So this whole period of time, for almost 2 years, I had to report for probation, for federal probation. And I had to be on a schedule every single day. I had to tell them where I was going. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? How long I was going to be there. You know, when I came back, I had to report. I had to send an itinerary of what I was going to be doing while I was out of town. It was just overwhelming. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But I made it happen. You feel me? And by the grace of God, I wind up because we took a whole year. T.I. was going through his federal, through his gun charges at the same time. Yeah. And my lawyer, which is Bruce Harvey, one of the top lawyers in Atlanta, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But he told the judge, basically, how are y'all going to give T.I. a year and a day and trying to get my client 15 years? Come on. He ain't been in trouble since he was a kid. Yeah. But this is something that I want to tell the audience. Like, I never knew that you have to restore your rights when you get out of jail. If you don't restore your rights, then you're not considered a citizen. What? You know what I'm saying? And that's how they was able to go on my childhood record. Ooh. If my rights was restored, the only time that I could have been facing was probation or thrown out. You know what I'm saying? But I never known that. Nobody never told me that.
Nobody telling nobody that.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So that's what I need for all my people out there listening, especially my street cats, man. When you get out of jail or prison or whatever, you have to go restore your rights. At the police station, it's easier. You could do it online, but at the police station, they just gonna fingerprint you and say that you're a member of the citizen again. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And that's just pretty much what it was, bro. Like, you know, they wanted 15 years. After we came back, the judge was like, man, I'm not going to send this man to prison. You know what I'm saying? I don't care what y'all talking about. He gave me 2 years probation, you know what I'm saying? A $50,000 fine, and, you know, that's where it was with that. So I wound up coming out, doing my album, you know what I'm saying? Came out number 5 on Billboard with little to no promotions, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I still made that accomplishment.
I mean, number 5 on Billboard, that's powerful right there, man.
A lot of people don't even make Billboard.
Come on. At all.
Yeah, so I'm fresh off of number 4 album, which with USDA on Billboard. Then my album, number 5 on Billboard. Keep in mind, Louis Bag never made BET.
What?
Because they had a discrepancy of too much Louis Vuitton in the video.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? Which I understand now. Yeah. But then I didn't get it. You know what I'm saying? You know, you can't promote somebody stuff in your video without getting a clearance or whatever, you know what I'm saying? But I understand it now. Then I didn't understand
exactly.
It. You know what I'm saying? It kind of put a sour taste in my mouth. Like, why y'all doing this to me? Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
When stuff started to slow down with CTE, man, right? What was going through your mind at that time when you realized that, okay, it's time for me to make some changes around here?
Right. It was a few different things. You know what I'm saying? A few different things. To be honest, me and Jeezy wasn't seeing eye to eye. You know what I'm saying? You know, he'll make promises he didn't keep, or, you know, we're supposed to do something and he didn't come through. You know what I'm saying? For instance, me and Slick, I had a promoter out of Florida who's a big promoter. His name Coach. Shout out to Coach. Coach Wilson. He had a tour set up because USDA is really a clique, which is me and Slick. We had other people in USDA as well, but me and Slick is the face of USDA. It's just Jeezy Presents.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So we were supposed to go on the road on our own. We didn't need him to go on the road.
Yeah.
Which we had set up where we was. So he hit me like, bro, man, I'm going to take y'all on the road with me so y'all could get some real money.
Yeah.
We do 1 show off the chain.
Ooh.
We do 2 shows. Crazy.
Ooh.
We do 3 shows. We starting to see some real money.
Come on now.
4th show. What's going on? What's going on? You feel me?
Yeah.
Completely stop.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So me, you know, I peep game. I you know, it don't take much for you to know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? So it come back to me that his words was, man, don't book them nigga shows with mine no more. You feel me? So I'm trying to figure that out. Like how you have a group that's signed to you that you don't want to progress or to become successful. Like what you sign them for.
Did you ever get a chance to talk to him directly about that?
Man, we talked several times. You know what I'm saying? We had a talk. We had a talk. I never forget at Gladys Knight Chicken and Waffle. You know what I'm saying? And I basically told him like, bro, how I felt. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it's just so many things that you've done till it make it seem like you was against me versus with me. And you my brother, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I can't look at you sideways, but if you continue to do something to somebody, then you got to start questioning what's going on. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, bro, do you not understand? You've never been to one of my shows. So he like, man, I ain't never think about it like that, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He like, bro, I never thought about it like that. He like, man, we gonna fix it, bro. Let's get it right. You know what I'm saying? He like, man, matter of fact, he's like, what you finna do when you leave here? I'm like, I mean, I'm here, but you know what I'm saying? I may be going back to Florida. He like, I tell you what, when you get back, send me a record. I'm gonna get on it so we can show the people that we good. You feel me? And then we gonna go from there.
Yeah.
I send him the record. His number changed.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying?
Damn.
So this is like it's things, bro, that I never really like to talk about because this is my brother, so I never want nobody to ever feel like I'm a hater.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Versus if this was a label, it would be a whole nother ball game of me going crazy. You know what I'm saying? But this is my brother, and this is how I look at him.
Yeah.
So, you know what I'm saying? You will never hear me, you know, down talk him or talk crazy about him. But at the end of the day, bro, like, you know what I'm saying? At some point, you got to take accountability.
Answer me this. But at any times where you felt like he did some of the realest stuff that he could possibly do for you, though?
Of course.
And what was some of them times?
The realest thing he could have done was give me the opportunity.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's the realest. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, and again, we've had some great moments. Yeah. We had some great times. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, you know, the bad may outweigh the good. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I'm just being honest, bro. Like I ain't, you know, I'm not trying to get no clickbait or none of that. Like you feel me? Like it hurts for me to have this conversation more than to even talk about it because, like I say, you know what I'm saying? We was family, not just him, but all of us.
So, what was going on with you when you had to go your own way, man? From that point on, I mean, what was life like after that? You got off that roller coaster,
right.
that CTE roller coaster, and now you out here.
Well, let me tell you, this was even crazier. L.A. Reid opened my budget for my second album. He told him, y'all dropped the ball on Blood Raw Project. You feel me? Y'all dropped the ball. I don't want nothing else from CTE but a Blood Raw Project. L.A. Reid was a fan of mine. Let's keep that in mind.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't want no another project but a Blood Raw Project. My budget was open. This guy, he had 18 months to either release a project or release me. He waited the whole 18 months just for me to go my separate way. You feel me? Instead of releasing a project that the budget was already open. So that whole 18 months, I can't talk to nobody. I can't really do nothing for nobody. Like, you know what I'm saying? You know, so my buzz started like, you know, going down.
Hell.
You know, it only take 2 months in this game. You know what I'm saying? For you to be out of there.
Yeah.
So I did like 2 mixtapes, you know what I'm saying, just to keep the money going or whatever. But at the end of the day, between the feds and me going through this, I'm getting sucked dry.
Yeah.
I'm getting sucked dry. 18 months a long time. You feel me?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm just like, bro, like everything in my mind, like I can't believe it at the same time.
Yeah.
Like, what's the reason? You know what I'm saying? And Snake, my manager at this time, which is through Jimmy Henchman, but Snake, who with Gucci, that's my manager at this time. So, and he'll tell you, my budget was open, bro. Everything was ready to go. You know what I'm saying? He just waited the whole 18 months. And I still haven't spoke to him or talked to him since this day. I just had my lawyer call their lawyer one day. He said, man, you free. You don't owe nothing. You straight. You know, just don't use the CTE name. You good. You know what I'm saying? You know that don't happen in business, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it is what it is. You feel me?
So after you looked up and your buzz had went to hell,
right?
What was going through your mind then?
Man, hustle mentality.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's time to get it.
You know what I'm saying? I just had to figure it out.
Yeah.
And that's one of the reasons why I kind of stepped away from the game.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I for the most part, I was hurt more than anything.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I started seeing everybody else. Because at one point in time, everybody thought I was tripping.
Ooh.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Keep in mind, I'm from Florida, so I'm the outside guy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So everybody, man, Raw tripping. You feel me?
Yeah.
But I started seeing this person leave, this person leave, that person leave, this person leave. Coach go over here, twin go over here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm like to myself, man, I really don't want no parts of that game no more. Like, you feel me? Because, like, I really put my heart into something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Whereas I knew that I shouldn't have put my heart into it. But, you know, when you grow up, man, and you look at people that come from the same background as you consider them to be real.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And you don't feel like nobody gonna look you in the eyes, you know what I'm saying, to tell you nothing other than what they mean.
Feel that.
And that's just what it was, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
To this day, me and Kink has always been good. As like, this is where the hush come from. Like, I had to get him back to wanting to do music. He never wanted to do music again.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? And for 5 years I worked on him. Up until now, me and him doing this project together.
Yeah.
This is Blood Raw and Kiki B doing this H.U.S.H. project together. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And in his words is, I just want to see you get what you deserve, bro.
Yeah.
I want to start with the people who I want to finish what I started.
Exactly. Exactly.
We ain't trying to hate on nobody or nothing. We just want to work, put the good music out, and get what we deserve.
In that intro, man, you said the last 5 years have been off the damn chain.
Yeah.
I mean, what have those last 5 years been for you before COVID?
Yeah. I mean, just crazy, man. I was living in Florida. You know what I'm saying? I had a store. I had opened a store. You know, my sister is one of the, you know, big entrepreneurs in the state of Georgia. She lives in Atlanta.
Yeah.
She do real estate as well, but, you know, she's big in the hair game.
Yeah.
So I had opened a beauty store in Florida. You know what I'm saying? Just really, you know, something to do. Like I said, I was chilling with my kids.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just away from the drama.
Yeah.
You know, people call for shows. I go do the show.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I just wasn't happy with myself. Because, again, like I told you, music has always been therapy.
Yeah.
And I hadn't recorded nothing in 5 years.
Ooh.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when I got this beat, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, bro, like, I'm not holding nothing back no more.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't got to talk about nobody, but I'm gonna tell my truth.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's just basically where that song come from, of me getting it all up off my chest and just being who I am, knowing that I'm a hell of an artist, bro. Like, you feel me? I make good music. You know what I'm saying? I'm not where I'm supposed to be, but if I work hard, I know that it's all gonna happen.
Being in the game, what were some of the lessons that you picked up along the way that you care to share?
That I just got to do business. I can't get caught up in the friendships. You know what I'm saying? I can't get caught up in the broken promises or people saying they're going to do something. It's just business. We're going to put it on paper if that's what we're doing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And we're going to make sure it's beneficial for the both of us. You know what I'm saying? And that's just one of the biggest things that I've learned to do. Like, don't get caught up in my feelings. You know what I'm saying? And thinking that somebody's going to do something off their word.
Yeah.
Handle the business.
Exactly.
Ain't nothing wrong with business. My sister told me, if a person has a problem with discussing money, you don't need to do business with them. Yeah.
She snapped with that. She snapped with that right
Straight
there.
up. Straight up.
Now, My Life, the Real Testimony.
Yeah.
That project, man. I mean, what was it like putting that thing together?
It was my life, man, and it was my first album. So I had my whole life to talk about everything I needed to talk about.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And those was the records that you got. You know what I'm saying? I have a record that I'm gonna do for every project that I ever release, and it's gonna always be about my mama, my grandma, and maybe my dad. You know what I'm saying? Those was the most important people in my life, as well as my sister, but those people are not here.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna always remember them. The world know about these people through my music. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And to be honest, I have a song called "I Miss You" on that. It's Greg Street, one of Greg Street's favorite albums. Like he'll tell you, it's one of his top 5 albums. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because he understands that his grandma and his mama is not here, and, and the words that I spoke on had him feeling some type of way.
Exactly.
And that's what music's supposed to do.
You ain't never lied.
Yeah.
Moving forward, though, Raw, how can these folks contact you? Is there anything you want to get off your chest? And what do we need to be expecting out here, man?
Man, we finna go extra hard. You heard Hush.
Yeah.
You ain't heard nothing yet, man. You know what I'm saying? I got the single out as well, Hustle for Mine.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? We get some play on radio. But the album coming, I'm trying to do it mid-February.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
We getting everything together now with the PR and publicists and all that. You know what I'm saying? So, the Hush album is coming out mid-February. Hustle until something happen. You can follow me on Instagram at Blood Raw the #1. Blood Raw the #1. Everything else is True Blood Raw. That's on Twitter, Snapchat, everything else. True, TRUE, Blood, BLOODRAW. That's what it is.
I can dig it. Raw.
Yeah.
Appreciate you coming through this thing, my dog.
Appreciate it.
Already wish you nothing but the best and much success.
Definitely.
Be High Radio, shout it. Blood Raw, we gone. Holla.
Yes, sir.